Hi guys, my name is Adam, but you can call me the Bearded Pole, and today we have a new patch for FIFA. Finally, it's been months and months waiting for something to be fixed, but we shall see whether things are fixed. We're going to read through the patch notes together in a moment, and then I'll go in-game because I do have the PC version of FIFA 20 and see if I can verify those claims, essentially. Now, a few notes. This won't be out on consoles, I'm guessing, until either Thursday or next week. That's because Microsoft and Sony have to sign off on the patch, check that it doesn't break everything, stuff like that, do their own quality assurance, and do their own distribution. And it usually either happens like Wednesday night EU time, or it happens Tuesday night EU time. But I don't think they'd have time to check the PC version today, so I'm guessing it will happen either basically Thursday, Wednesday night, Thursday, or it will happen after this next weekend league. So don't get your hopes up for better gameplay just yet, at least not for this week. Now let's read through it. Let's read everything they've changed so far. They've changed in this patch. So first of all, the gameplay changes. The most important ones, obviously. They've increased the impact of dribbling responsiveness change during introduced in Title Update 2. I think that was supposed to address like the dribbling being clunky or whatever. And they increased the responsiveness of dribbling for when you're not using modifiers, so you're not pressing LB or RB or doing skill moves. For players that average a rating of 80 or higher in the, let's say 3 key dribbling attributes of dribbling, agility, and balance. And it scales up to 99, so we're going to have to find, I think I have a lone player who will be good for checking that. Or we'll just get somebody sniper and give them max dribbling and see how well they feel just based on left stick dribbling alone. Then the next thing they've done is they've increased the effectiveness of easy shots taken inside the box from 45 feet, which means 15 yards, or 13.7 meters, and closer to the target. These shots are more likely to be on goal and not hit the post or miss the goal. I think we all know how that worked prior to the patch. And the target is the exact location of where the ball is expected to go. But it's determined through a mixture of directional input and the shooting assistance setting. So I'm guessing the finishing attribute will be a bit less important for these shots. So you'll be able to finish regardless of finishing attribute, and you'll just have to aim really good. And maybe the shooting assistance takes the finishing attribute into consideration, and maybe that's the thing. So what they're saying is as long as you aim it right, it should go on goal. This doesn't mean it won't be saved by the keeper, mind you. It just means that it should reduce those frustrating posts and misses that you keep hitting. Shots taken from very small angles are slightly more likely to be on goal. This isn't really a problem unless you're going down the side, down the goal line very often, where sometimes you'll just hit the side of the net and you're like, what the hell? Reduce the maximum amount of time a player can stand at the kickoff from 30 seconds to 15 seconds. This is a very good change. I think every weekend league, there's at least one guy who just waits and waits and waits. I don't know, maybe hoping that you drop the controller in frustration. Increased speed of goal kick pass animations. Jesus, this is a big one. And they've done it once already, but the changes were reverted because they impacted other set pieces. So now this is only for goal kicks, and thank everything for that, because I don't know how many times I just wanted to pass it to a player who is open, and then the opposing player just runs in front of it, gets the ball, gets a free shot or a free goal. Green time shots are now less impacted by error, so they're supposed to be more effective. And well, I'm not really a fan of time finishing, but I'll try to check that. Might be easier on a 144 hertz monitor as well. When transitioning to a set piece, players will have to apply their directional input after the transition in order to perform the set piece quickly. Okay, so if you're a person who really likes spamming A or B or whatever, when a set piece is happening, you won't be punished even if you're holding a certain direction. You're gonna have to apply that again for the action to take place. In theory, we'll see if that works. So hopefully it does. Increased exit speed when sprinting out of a strafe dribble for players that have an average rating of 80 or higher between dribbling, agility, and balance. Okay, so strafe dribbling was supposed to be this new great thing. Not sure a lot of people really used it so far. So we'll check that out. I had to make sure I had a straight dribble actually because I'm a horrible FIFA player. So, but we're gonna check that out, and it might be the new mechanic to break down defenses, but it might be horrible as well. Address the following issues. A specific button combination was causing the second defender's switch icon to disappear temporarily. I've seen that happen, but it's very rare. Offside logic was detecting the wrong pass receiver in some situations. This was occurring when two potential pass receivers were closely positioned, with only one of them being offside. Yeah, I've seen that happen on Reddit, but it's hard to test, so we won't be testing for that at all. As for just FIFA Ultimate Team, they fixed the conflict SBC pop-up for squad conflicts. That's good. The transfer list tile with incorrect numbers, I haven't noticed, to be honest. On-pitch visuals were sometimes overlapping after a goal was scored in squad battles. They also do that if somebody pauses after a goal. I don't know if you've noticed that. Sometimes manager items were listed as having 0% in negotiations. I haven't noticed that. Some badge rewards were clipping through the background on the season progress screen. Yeah, maybe. In King of a Hill, blah, 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 don't care really. Okay, you had to score a goal to see how much it was worth. Okay, that's fair enough. During FUT Club creation, I don't know what they're talking about. Concept player items. Oh yeah, that was frustrating. That's actually a big one, that they're now automatically replaced by a player item obtained through the transfer market. So that's good because I've had problems with that in the past. Address rare instances of freezing when attempting to play a friend and scrolling through the friends list. Haven't noticed that. The one-to-watch player item design was cut off when displaying on the pitch following a goal being scored. I think a few times I've noticed that actually. Sometimes the dynamic images were disappearing temporarily. They've been trying to fix that for 2 years. It's not going to happen. Updates to some front-end visuals. Career mode, color options, squad hub, links to player conversations, and ultimate difficulty for a greater challenge. I don't know if that really pleases the career mode community. Remove player form indicators from displaying career mode and sometimes overlapping with other UI elements. When editing goalkeeper like that, those are very small changes. Volta football. I mean, does anybody play Volta? Anybody? Please leave a comment if you do, but not really big time changes there either. And they've added 71 star heads and updated kits, balls, ad boards, badges, and 2D headshots. So we're going to be getting some new headshots. That's going to be fun. Those will be available after a server update, which I'm guessing will come after the Xbox and PS4 updates. So we won't be checking that yet. Addressed instances of the in-game camera not smoothly transitioning during low trajectories passes. I've seen that happen. That was very frustrating. Text misalignment when downloading a squad update. Okay. Celebrations were sometimes causing a temporary blank screen at CenturyLink Stadium. Okay. So that's all. We don't have any pitch notes showing the differences, so we won't be analyzing that. What I'm going to do, though, is head into FIFA 20. I'm going to have those patch notes on the side, and we're going to do a set of tests. So see you in game, I suppose.
All right. So we're back on in FIFA. The squad is pretty simple. Vinicius, Willian Jose, Drogba, and Sancho and Pogba are going to be our main candidates for testing here. Sancho, Vinicius, and the two strikers have snipers on them, so they'll be decent at dribbling and finishing. So they will be basically pretty good for the test. Our opponent is a decent meta team. I think he was in Division 6 because I got placed in Division 5 after winning this game. And right off the bat, I decided to basically play around with Sancho, see how his dribbling feels in-game compared to what I usually experience on Xbox. With players with similar dribbling, he has around 96-ish, I think, overall for the 3 stats we want here. And immediately I noticed that when I'm not sprinting, when I'm just doing, essentially left to right movements or up-down movements on my analog, the dribbling is really smooth. I screw it up here and I give the ball back to him, but overall it wasn't a lack of responsiveness, but rather it was just my mistake, and I like that. I really like that. I enjoyed it. Now the question is, this is a pretty good pretty good gameplay. I play in Germany where we have probably the best servers, and on top of that, I have a stable connection, and it was not anywhere close to peak hours when I was doing this. And I also have a 144 hertz monitor, so that makes it a bit smoother. As you can see here again, Sancho, I can just react
whenever slides come in and stuff like that, I can react accordingly. That move wasn't a skill move. It was just a left stick move. So I really enjoyed that. I missed the shot, and I'm not sure if it's because of the way I shot it, or if it's because EA lied in their patch notes. And I'm not going to judge them because I didn't see the reticle there and I didn't check that. But overall, I don't think that's a shot that has to. Then we transition to a little move with Vinicius down wing, and there was that strafe dribble sprint, and I really like the sprint boost they've given to strafe dribble. I don't do a lot of strafe dribbling, but I might now because the first touch isn't that quick, but once you get that sprint, it's a little jolt of energy, and I really like that. And he finishes an easy shot as well, which is a really nice thing because that's what they advertise. But then again, we go down the other end. Our opponent, who's actually winning 2-1, he scored 2 decent goals that I didn't show. Goes down the middle. This is about the 14-yard mark, and he just misses. He just totally misses, hits the post, and I'm like, oh boy, did they really patch it? And that's troubling because that's Benzema. I don't know how he aimed. Obviously, he might have aimed way off, but I think that should be probably going in. He got into the right position. He was basically all alone in front of net, and he just hits the post, and you know how frustrating that is because it happened so many times. Okay, but now we go down the other way, and we find Willian Jose straight on. I tried to time it. I didn't get the timing right, but he does score the goal, which makes me very happy because that was another easy shot that should be going in. Okay, now we transition to the end of the half, where I avoid another tackle, and I get a timed finish on Pogba's left foot. That's a 4-star weak foot, by the way. And he doesn't have the best finishing, but that was outside the box, and he has a good long shot rating. And God, that felt good. That felt like a green finish that worked. And I might be trying more of them if they work this consistently, because I feel like before the patch, oftentimes I'd see shots like that just fly off. But to do a proper consistency test, since this is just a first impressions kind of video, you would have to shoot a lot, and I mean a lot more than that. So now the half ends, and the next thing that happens is pretty silly because he essentially gets himself sent off, and that's the end of the game. But what is my overall impression of the new patch? Well, if it is as good as it is on PC, it's going to be better. It's not going to fix all the issues with the game. But I think overall it's going to bring some much-needed quality to it, especially to the dribbling part. It might help you beat those park-the-bus defenses along with the green timing for shooting, and with the more consistent shooting inside the box, which I think we all need. I've seen him hit the post. The guy hit the post, though. I haven't. I played 2 games, one off camera or off recording, and one here in this video. So I think it's fair to say that this might be an improvement, but we have to wait to see how it does on console and bad gameplay, yada, yada, you know, the drill. But at the very least, the idea behind it is good. And I'll leave you with that thought and a really, really bad pack from one of the objectives. So thanks for watching. Sorry for no camera towards the end, but I decided I'll just show you the gameplay and narrate over it. Let me know if you like that. I'll see you later. Cheers.